internet. I don't know what else to say in that moment, when you come on live and video. Sometimes you're not talking to anybody. So, good morning, internet. Wherever you are in the world watching this, Sat Nam, thank you for being here. And Miigwech, as we say in native culture. Um, my name's Chelsea, and for those of you in this group, you may have noticed a little name change from Soul Speakers to Health, Wealth, and Happiness. And I really felt called to make this change because the last few weeks, hi Andrea, have been a moment in time of authenticity for me. Not that I haven't been authentic with my message that I've been sharing, but I haven't really been looking, excuse me, at the authenticity of myself. And am I honoring that authenticity? Excuse me, I'm going to clear my throat here a second. Excuse me. I'm drinking bulletproof coffee, by the way. I had to Google what the official recipe was the other day. It's MCT oil and grass-fed butter, or I elected for ghee. And then, yes, I did put some creamer in it, but it's meant to be a bit of a meal replacement, I guess, if you will. I'm still going to eat breakfast, but if you get like heartburn or indigestion from drinking coffee because you're an all day long coffee drinker like this girl, adding some MCT and ghee, adding some of that fat to this is going to offset and balance the pH in your stomach from drinking coffee. So, foodie tip. Okay, back to where I was about authenticity. And this, I believe, really came about because February to me really is such a month of love. It's our Valentine's Day. It is our last month of winter, truly, hopefully, if you live in Michigan. So it's a month of really still enjoying that hibernation feeling. The bear is starting to turn and roll in her cave. She may have just laid cubs or is getting ready to, or just, in general, emerge from the springs or from the winter in March. So, this month really does symbolize that last moment of really incubating and getting in touch with either our desires, who we are. And then today is our full moon in Leo. For those of you in Michigan and in the Northern Hemisphere, last night at about 2:23 a.m., the moon peaked her fullness. This time of the year, the moon is moving through the sign of Leo. And we'll go a little more in depth with that, but Leo does represent love. So I really enjoy that we've got this massive theme of love in February. Hi, Amy. Thanks for joining us. Nice to see you this morning. So February does have this massive theme of love. We kick off the month with the moon in Taurus, which is our vocal cords. So it starts us out prepping us to speak on our authenticity, which I'm doing here today, is sharing with you guys what authenticity enlightenments I had. And then now we're in the sign of Leo, which governs all things love and our heart and our aorta and our blood. And again, we'll go a little deeper into that. But for me, I really, I've been doing this letters to self 2020 exercise. So every day I write myself a letter, and I'm encouraging myself. And a lot of my writings right at the beginning of the month started out, love who you are for exactly who you are. Know yourself deeply. Move from the heart. Live from the heart space. So I've really been in this love theme. And taking back a lot of my power that I've given off into the world because I needed others to authenticate myself. And I am just so ready to let that chain go of other people authenticating who I've been. back when I was younger and in my bodybuilding days, I was very much authenticated by my coaches, by other people around me, by the sport itself. You know, getting on stage in a bikini and working your ass off to be as small as possible and shredded as possible, and then saying, "Judge me." I can't believe I did this to myself some days, and I'm not shocked why I had such bad body dysmorphia, why I, just was so ego focused, made a lot of terrible decisions because I craved being authenticated by the rest of the world. I don't know if any of you comment if you have watched Miss Americana on Netflix. I watched it earlier this week. It's Taylor Swift's story, and she too speaks on being authenticated by the rest of the world, the clapping, the cheering, the whole presence of being on stage in itself. And I found that unique that, I had that connection with her story of, yeah, I once too needed to be authenticated by the rest of the world in that way. I grew up as a dancer, so I loved being on stage. I loved dancing and performing. And I think when you are a performer, you need those claps, you need those laughs. But I think unless you know how far rooted that can become in you, sometimes you can fall into an unhealthy situation like I did. Andrea says, haven't watched it. Hi, Jody. Yeah, you should. I thought it was a good story. She did a nice job with the Netflix video. So yeah, definitely check that out. But, and comment too if you feel this way, if you have felt the need to be authenticated by the rest of the world. And it's it's a lonely place, I guess, when you're waiting for the rest of the world to see you, to notice you, versus you seeing you and noticing you. And that's what a lot of my writings and revelations this month have been about, is authenticate yourself. You are worthy. You are everything. You look great. You feel great. You've got a great job. You've got a great husband. You have so much knowledge and wisdom on a variety of topics, and you have a passion to share one of those topics with the rest of the world, and you are worthy of doing that. You are worthy of getting out there and saying what you got, and don't worry about, any of the fears that are coming up for you about should you be doing this, what, maybe I need another certification, maybe I need this, and this. And I have been finding so much comfort in authenticating myself and loving myself for exactly who I am. Would I like to, have a few smaller size shirts and clothes or pants or whatever to make shopping easier? Yeah, totally. But I'm not tearing myself down and saying that you're not worthy of being in this health and wellness space until you look a certain way. And that was very much my mindset back in my early 20s when I was personal training. And good morning, Robinette. And I really felt that I needed to look a certain way to hold that job position. And I know we feel that way in so many other areas of our careers, that we have to look, act, and be a certain way before we are worthy of having this job or this title or this presence in the world. And last week I was on Sacred Journeys Radio, and I did a reading for a woman out of California, and the first medium spoke, and she touched right on of needing a career change, and the woman agreed with that. And as I listened, I kept getting this nudge that she needed to know herself more deeply. And so I gave her the message that you should continue to go inward and look at yourself and look at your strengths and your passions before you just launch into a new career. and find yourself in that before, or you find your identity is what I told her, before you jump into putting out resumes, because then you will feel worthy and confident of putting in your resume there. So I think we can all take back that message too of, no matter what you want to do in life, you yourself first before you go and you try to put that energy out into the world. Because if you're seeking a job application to verify that you are worthy of stepping into this new career, you may never get that because you're waiting for them to authenticate you. Whereas if you authenticate first internally and say, I am worthy of this, I know that I'm a badass at this, I know that I got the knowledge, and I know that I don't need another certification. I know I keep saying that, but I'm going to tell you guys a story about why I feel that way about certifications. So, you should continue to authenticate with yourself before waiting for before asking the world to authenticate you. And that is truly the heart and ambiance of self-love, is being authenticated with yourself and loving all the facets of you, even the basements of your strengths. Like, we got strengths, but we've also got basements to those strengths. And, you got to love that part of you too, because if you lock that up and put it in a box and say, I'm not going to, acknowledge that I'm weak there, or that, like for me as a learner, I can get stuck in learning. Like, I can just be like, I'm going to just keep learning. Give me more books. I need all the books. Or I can go out and act. I can go out and share. I can go out and teach and bring what I have learned out to other people. Another strength of mine is input, giving advice, but a basement of that is giving too much advice. And I regularly make jokes when I'm talking with people and like I'm saying stuff and I maybe get that little vibration that oop, 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 slow down, too much advice. And then I go, just tell me when to stop. It's a bad habit. I give too much. So knowing those basements of yourself is important as well. So that way you stay within your authenticity every single day. Even if, like my story with giving too much input, even if you start to do that, you can catch yourself and be like, whoa, that's just a habit of mine. Tell me when to stop. And the world will love you for that. They won't be like, oh, she's just always going to give me her advice and blah. I don't want that. No, they'll know. They'll be like, oh, that's just Chelsea, or, whoever's listening. Rachel. By the way, Rachel, hi, how are you? And Karen, nice to have you both. So yes, that's my rant on loving yourself and needing to be really authentic with who you are. Okay, let's see what Yogi Bhajan has to say about love for a moment. If I can find something quickly. If not, then we'll skip it. I'm going to just put this out there right now. I am going to do a little card reading, so if you would like a card reading, please comment so that I know who that I am going to be connecting with. Oh, before I move on the self-love, you guys are going to think this is crazy, but this morning, again, in my letters to self exercise, so I've been writing a letter to myself every single day for 2020, and I'm still on track. Woo woo. That was one fear that I had. I was like, am I really going to do this? 366, pick a year with an extra day. Times I'm going to write a letter to myself, and I'm still doing it. So I'm proud of myself for that. But anyways, I was writing in here again, and today I said, love this you deeply. Love her with all you have, because she's all you got. Don't hide her from the world. They will love her too. Suppressing you is living suicide, an attack or failure to your mission of life. And I got on here on Facebook, and went to Wild Women's Sisterhood. I don't know if anyone else follows that page, but it is good and I love it. And the post that they had put out today read, the tragedy of life is not death, but what we let die inside of us while we live. So I had just literally written those words in a different phrase by saying suppressing you is living suicide and a failure or attack to your mission of life. So, and today is the full moon in Leo, which I'll go into that now. And the moon Leo is all about loving yourself. It governs the heart and the aorta. So you may notice that you are feeling a lot more in the heart space. You may notice in exercise world that you may be noticing that one or two things that you either are like feeling fit as a fiddle and you can run them miles and you're just getting it, cardio no problem. Or you may be on the other side of the fence and you may be feeling that it's a little bit harder. Maybe we should do less cardiovascular heart pumping activities. And that's because the heart and the aorta and the blood is sensitive right now. If you're on your menstrual cycle, you may be feeling that in all its totality, like, whoa, right now. So be gentle with your blood flow and your heart and blood pressure, because the moon is governing this part of your body, and surgery is strongly not recommended. But again, I'm not a doctor. Please seek a physician. That's my disclaimer. And the whole planetary sign of Leo is that if you are a Leo, you probably know this about yourself, that you perceive yourself with a celebrity light. You're the astrological diva that never gets tired of lavish dinners, exclusive parties, or decadent designer wear. Leo is ruled by the sun, the dazzling celestial body that governs life and vitality. And I like this next line. The sun never goes in retrograde, and likewise, Leos are renowned for their stability, loyalty, and consistency. They are dedicated friends and lovers who put their heart into every relationship. Fittingly, Leo governs the heart. So I forget which website I grabbed that from. I'm sorry, it was Allure magazine. I didn't know that Allure magazine wrote such stuff. I would never have sought them for. Ooh, Amanda's a Leo. So I would never have thought Allure magazine for that type of information. Been under my rock a little too long, I guess. So Leo governs this whole message of love and vibrance and standing up a little taller and being like, yeah, flawless, as Beyonce says, and embody this energy of Leo. And tonight or today, if you're doing full moon rituals, throw that in there to your full moon ritual. And then from AstroSeek, which I love this website, you can go back decades of what sign the moon was in and all this jazz and do your sun chart. But anyways, I'll link it in this later for you guys. They read for current full moon in Leo, you feel safe in moments when you can impress others and get praise and admiration. Yet when you get into the spotlight, you may find yourself at a loss. Maybe you should admit your fear of criticism and your inability to accept criticism. It is very important to accept feedback and use it to your improvement. So I think that really goes back to what I was originally saying of when you are waiting for the world to authenticate you, you may struggle and find yourself at a loss because you needed them to praise you, or in the moments when you can impress others. So God, I'm just loving how this keeps coming all the way back around. Yeah, I'm not going to search for something in there. That's fine. So let's get into some card readings since we have touched on all the planetary energies and the message of love. So I'm loving it today. I am going to start out with Miss Robinette since she was the first one to comment. And I'm going to do, I see 3 people on here. So everyone that's joined up, if you want one, just comment. And yeah, so if you have never had a card reading, This one leaped out of here. We'll read that one in a minute. If you've never had a card reading, so it's just kind of like a little prompt, I like to call it, like a prompt of thoughts. So it may, I'm going to think of you as I get ready to draw this card, and I want you to kind of send your energy to me, and we will connect and see what comes up. So, Robinette. Support. And you have the insect card. You can't ever really see these very good, but this is just so you know what we're dealing with here, a shamanic medicine deck. So I love everything earthy. I am part Native American, so I love any readings and divination through the earth medicines, and I teach a lot on the 4 directions and stuff. So if you guys didn't know that about me, that's why we're using a shamanic medicine deck. So it's very earth medicine based, and I love it. So insects, support, little helpers are coming to you. Wherever you've been struggling in your life, Miss Robinette, you are going to start seeing little helpers coming along. And maybe it's not always going to be struggles, but it might be things that you're wanting to call in, and some little helpers are going to be coming to you to giving you support. So watch out for those small mysticals in the daily mundane. They're going to be coming to you, but they're going to come through in very quiet, gentle ways. So you are going to need to be up leveled and at that vibration to meet their energy. Okay. Hey Sarah, what's up, girl? All right, Miss Amanda, you are next. And then if nobody else comments, I will move on to the next thing, which is going to be some kundalini kriya for oneness, which I think oneness brings a great message to what we're talking about. Oh, geez, today. Glad that connected. All right, Amanda, send me your energy, girl. Ooh, I've never seen. Yes, I have. Just kidding. I've seen this card. Birds, freedom. You got a dove on here, an owl. You got some crows. There's a beautiful spiral coming into a center point. There's a big hawk. I love him. Hawks and I are like this. You got all the colors of the chakra. There you go. And Miss Robinette, here's yours, if you can see that. It's always hard. The light never really shows the cards that well. Okay, so freedom, birds. Birds are always free, aren't they? Ever like Forrest Gump? I just want to be free, Forrest. Turn into a bird and fly far, far away. And it's a true stinking message because, and I mean that in a nice way. It's a great message because they are free up there in the sky, but they also bring us down some messages because they're so close to spirit in the heavens. The hawk, which is on here, is your messenger. Whenever you see hawks, they are bringing you a message, whether they fly across in front of your vehicle or you walk under one or you drive past one. Immediately stop and ask yourself, hold on, what am I thinking about? Because to me, they are always, like a yes, that's a good message, or you're right in thinking that, or whatever you're doing when you see them. That dove, is always spirit. The dove it's white, very connected to spirit, symbolized through all different pathways of faith. That that dove really brings purity and spirit. So spirit is coming to you and wanting to work with you again, up leveling into that vibration of where we can feel and hear spirit, because it's it's a softer, cleaner, more unconditional love vibration than sometimes what being human is. So you got to get yourself up there to feel that spiritual. And then you've got the owl, which is always wisdom, bringing you wisdom in life. And you've got your crows on here too, which crows, always remember, are like cawing it out, caw out the shots. So the crows bring you that message. Speak your voice, and you're going to find freedom in all of that. There's a message coming to you. It's going to be related to spirit. It's going to maybe bring you to a next spiritual level, and wisdom and law. So again, there is your card. Let me know if that connects. Hi, Leanne. Hi, Benica. What's up, girl? Haven't seen you since the retreat. Missing you. I hope to see you again this year. Rachel is next. Buried in earth, transference. All right, so I'm about to show you on this card, there is a person buried in the earth. They have a straw coming out into above land so they can breathe. They're in a big circle. You can see a group of people above drumming, and there's a shaman and they're drumming. And if you don't know this, this is an actual shamanic spiritual practice. Ouch, man, old bones, need to do more yoga. I'm 30 now, my bones are broke. So this is an actual shamanic, so you can see the person down here. You can see the straw coming out. And you can see the group above them. So this is an actual shamanic tradition and rite of passage for shamans, is to be buried in the earth, and you stay in the earth for 24 hours, and you only have that straw to breathe out of, and your shaman leading the ceremony will come and check on you, but it symbolizes death and rebirth, that you go into the earth one way, and then when you're reborn, when you come out, you are reborn, and you have transferred into this next level and enlightenment of self. So it's definitely the message that you either have it coming up, or you need to set up a weekend or a day or something where you clean everything out of the schedule. No nothing, no running errands, no work, none of it. And maybe you get yourself in a high vibrational spot, maybe go up north for a night. I'm even getting kind of the feeling that you need to do this alone. No boyfriend, no girlfriends, nobody joining you on this adventure. And you need to take that intense inward. And that is going to clear out a lot for you and transfer you into where you want to go. And also, you have a support system for you to do this. They are going to understand why you need this inward time. They are going to be holding space for you for when you come back, and they're going to receive you and uplift your new embodied self. So that's for you, my dear. Here's your card. All right, Miss Amanda says, perfect. I can't explain how perfect. Oh, geez, that gives me the feels. I love when they nail it. Okay, and then the card that leaped out was shapeshifter, perspective. And I just, wow, again, really hitting on what we're talking on this morning is that, we are shapeshifters, and it's all in our perspective. And you can kind of see the crow in the head behind her as well. So we are truly, we got to shapeshift. We can, and you can be your authentic self. You can learn to kind of mold and move through the other crowds of people, but all the while calling it out, like staying on that truth and that wisdom of who you are. Even though you can shift and shape and stay true, you can still stay true to yourself as you move through this world. It's all about perspective. Alrighty. We're gonna go into the Kundalini Kriya for oneness that I have for all of us today. And we're kind of, as you may notice, we're kind of touching on all things. We're touching on mindset, we're touching on our spirit, and now we're going to touch on physical but that's going to transcend us through mental and physical, or mental and spiritual, through our breath. So Kundalini is a yogic practice. For those of you that don't know, I'm a certified 200-hour yoga teacher, and I also, hey Rachel, awesome, good. I'm glad that connected. And I hope I see you soon. Oh yeah, I was gonna harp on I won't. We'll save that for another convo one day. Okay, so Kundalini is a yogic technology for really helping generate the chi and the life force of ourselves. And when we're going through this life, we need energy. There's a lot demanded of us and what we need to be doing. And, the days are long. And Yogi Bhajan, this is an older picture, but this is Yogi Bhajan. He is the man responsible for bringing this yogic technology to the West. He really believed that this is something that everybody needs, that the daily busy working person needs this. As I said, it's helping you generate life force and chi inside of you. So that we need this. If you're a busy 9-to-5er, or you got 4 babies running around your house, you need Kundalini. Whereas before, this practice was only reserved for people of royalty and fame. For some reason, they only needed enough chi while everybody else was out working and doing this stuff. So Yogi Bhajan is responsible for bringing this to the West and bringing this to all of us. So we open up with a mantra, and a mantra is, I'm going to mark my page here real quick. So a mantra is a repeated statement, a repeated set of words that helps bring your mind into a trance. We're focusing on repeating these words. It prevents a lot of other thoughts from coming in when we're focused on it. And to open up any Kundalini class, even if you're just doing a quick 3 Kriya exercise like I'm going to demonstrate for you guys today, you still want to open up with this phrase. So just get in a comfortable position and close your eyes and take a big breath in. Don't worry about repeating it with me. Just simply listen and focus. If you can repeat it to yourself a little bit, excellent. And you can always come back and replay this and learn these words. So big breath in. Om Namo. Big breath in. And on the exhale, Guru Dev. Last one, breathe in. And exhale. Namo. Bring those hands to Anjali Mudra, heart center. Inhale, inhale, bring the chin to the chest. Exhale, open the eyes and look up. So you can do that chant or mantra in so many different ways. You can more of a chant, Om style, as I just did, or you can simply, holding that pose, repeat to yourself, Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Drake's come to join us. So again, it's Ong Namo Guru Dev Namo. And I'll type that out in the comments for you guys if you want to learn that more intimately. So going into our Kriya for oneness, it reads here, for years we have created such fear. What we have done is separated ourselves from God. He is in the seventh heavens. We are down here. No one like the rays of sun which shine. All of you have come here. You are part of the same reality, same truth, same grace. If you simply understand and write on your heart, made in God, all problems will be over. And I like this for this message of self-love and self-connection, because if you are one with yourself, you will know that you are one with all infinite creation and infinite unconditional love. So if you have love for yourself, you are connected with the ultimate creator, which is unconditional love that created all of us and all the things. So this one is, we're going to start out with God and me. And you're going to sit with a straight spine. You're going to interlace the fingers like this and put them in your lap. And you're simply going to close the eyes and repeat to you're going to repeat it out loud. God and me and God are one. God and me and God are one. Close the eyes, just repeating that to yourself. We're going to go for, I don't have a timer. We're going to go for a little bit, at least 1 to 2 minutes, okay? So, big breath in. Exhale. God and me and God are one. 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 Big breath in. Exhale, let it out. I don't know about you guys, but I could really feel a vibration down the center of my spine as I was saying that. That was so good. All right. And our second one is going to be iron steel body. You're going to inhale deep, hold the breath tight, lock your hands, press them against the heart center, exhale. Breathe in again deeply, exhale and hold. Exhale. Now breathe in deep and hold. Turn left tightly and turn right tightly. Come to the center and hold yourself as tightly as you possibly can. Hold the breath as long as you can. Then exhale and relax the posture. So you're going to take those interlaced fingers, place them here at the heart center, okay? And you're going to inhale deeply, and you're going to hold that breath and lock your hands. So breathe in, and then here you're going to hold and press it into the chest. Exhale. Breathe in and hold. exhale. Now is where we're going to turn. We're going to hold our breath as we turn left and then we turn right. So breathe in. Oops, I did it wrong. Come back to the center. Breathe in and hold. Left and then right. Center, exhale. Let's try that again. So the whole round, breathe in, bringing the hands to the chest. Hold, press the hands in. Exhale. Sit up nice and tall. Breathe in. Hold. Exhale. This time we're going to breathe in, hold, turn left, and then turn right. Breathe in. Exhale. And release. Wow, just in those 2 exercises, I already feel warmth tingling around my crown. I can feel heat moving through the body. I'm already getting a little hunger in the stomach. And as we were doing the one with the mantra, I could really feel that vibration coming through the body. I'm a little elevated, so give me a moment to come back. All right, so those are 2 exercises of a oneness kriya. You could do these 2 exercises daily. Typically in kundalini yoga, we want to we'll do kriyas, which kriya is just like in an asana practice or a hatha yoga practice. We call the postures and movements that we're going through an asana. So those are your sequence of postures. In kundalini, a kriya is a sequence of postures and breath exercises or meditations that we do. We will typically do this meditation and breath work for 40 days. So you can practice those 2 for 40 days straight, or you can change it up. It's really, really up to you. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I'm going to just quickly plug and promo what I do and how I serve the world. So as you guys may have noticed, the name changed from Health, Wealth, and Happiness because I am owning and authenticating and taking back my space in the world as a health coach. I'm coming into you as an intuitive health coach. And why it is intuitive? Because ever since I have taken my Reiki attunement and I'm going for my master's in a couple of weeks, I have really been amplified in the way that I can discover where people are needing health and wholeness in their life. I believe deeply that health is wealth. If you are healthy and you feel good and you're rocking it, then you are going to succeed and find success in whatever your heart is streaming for. And that may be in career or family or love, whatever it is. You will find that wealth and abundance, and then you will find your happiness. I have, if you enjoyed the Kundalini, there's a Kundalini introduction full hour workshop that I will be teaching at Bodhi Tree Wellness Studio next weekend, Saturday, February 15th. It's at noon. You can find that event. I'll link it in these comments, as well as you can find it on my page, Indigo Vibes with Chelsea, under the events. If you would like to learn more about intuitive health coaching, I would love to do a discovery call with you, see what's going on, and see if we are a good fit, maybe to work together long term. I also host retreats, and we have 2 amazing retreats coming up this summer, Sacred Leadership and Rooted in Soul. Rooted in Soul is all about shedding and going into the woods and leaving and shedding the city behind and reconnecting with who you are through the gift of Mother Nature. And we do lots of yoga, we go hiking, we talk about food and health and wellness. And then in Sacred Leadership, which is actually going to be before Rooted in Soul, it'll be in June on the solstice. This is an empowerment retreat to give you the power to reclaim your authenticity and for you to feel and work and know in your true light and self, so that way you can share the whatever it is that you're wanting to ripple into your community. Maybe you're wanting to be a leader and host women's circles. Maybe you want to step into being a yoga teacher. Maybe you want to, open up a nonprofit, whatever it is. Sacred Leadership is going to teach you how to step into your authenticity. We're going to have a sweat lodge. We're going to be talking about how to generate enough energy and chi to go after your dreams. It's going to be a very awesome packed weekend. So those will be coming up. I'll have more information for you there. If you'd like to get on my email list, a few posts down, there is a Calling in Your Dream Life workbook that you can register for, and that'll get you on my email list, plus get you an awesome freebie and all that fun stuff. So I'm going to be coming in on Sunday mornings just like this to teach on a topic, do some yoga, pull some cards, and get our trifecta of wellness: mind, body, and spirit. Because without one, you can't have it all. So, and if you want it all, we gotta improve your health mentally, physically, and spiritually. So, namaste, friends. I'm gonna ring my giant singing bowl. I don't know if y'all can see this, but look at how big this singing bowl is. Shout out to Heather Lynn for letting me know that this bowl was available at a store, and I love it. Have a wonderful Sunday, guys. Enjoy the full moon. Put down your tobacco. I am Chelsea Fox, the Indigo Spirit Woman. I look forward to hearing from all of you soon.